Hey peeps, Zisem Pesach, happy Holy Week and happy full moon in Libra. And welcome back to Riven. In the last episode, well, a lot has happened. Including my camera not working. Hold on. There we go. In the last episode, well, yeah, a lot has happened. But we managed to unlock quite a few things. Let's see. We found a secret society of Dunny who are rebellion against Gen, which is the same people apparently that broke Catherine out of her prison. And we managed to get the linking book back. We managed to get H's linking book back. Well, prison linking book, to be more specific. We also read from her journal that apparently Dunny, regardless of what side that she's on, they think of Catherine, and by extension Atris and Gen, as deities. So they're kind of making them forget their humanity, or Rivenesity, if you want to be more specific, or Dunnity, as it were. They're forgetting they're vulnerable people. Let's just go with that. Because of everything that's happened between Mist and the Book of Atris. Now, we have one more place we need to get to before we continue on with that door we recently linked to. I did go a little bit in the walkthrough, but again, only focusing on the areas I've already been to. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? We also found out that there's some domes that contain more or less broken linking books. So, we're trying to find those things as well. And then what else? What else should I bring up? Oh yeah, again, even though Atris and company tried to slow down his progress, he succeeded in creating a working linking book. So he might be closer to like conquering the world than we thought. So yeah, we're in. We are on Mucho Peligro right now. I think it's Spanish for big trouble. Anyway, but yeah. So the daggers. Yeah, they're basically Catherine's symbol of the resistance. But Gen more or less co-opted the symbol to make it mean his wrath, even though that's not really the case. So we can't open there, so it's around, here. There we go. This is the switch we were looking for. This is the switch that I completely missed. And I wonder where that goes. But anyway, yeah, so you had to basically shut the doors behind you to find these two hallways, because if you didn't, it basically blocked your way. So yeah, that happened. And then I think with that handle, I think it should open up this door. No, it doesn't. But, oh yeah, now I remember. It links to that handle links to the AC units, which if we crawl through this spot here, we then get to, this is basically, Gen's laboratory. So we can call back up to that crawl space here. The AC unit. But yeah, this is Gen's laboratory. And that was number 1. Can I read this more closely? Yes, I can. So, 87,728. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but anchored, near the entrance to the bay. I ordered the object removed from the water for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently, and quite mysteriously, been replaced with a new one overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the villagers' island, but have paid them little notice until now. Tomorrow, I shall send surveyors to catalog the others. Alright. This looks like a globe of some sort. Is there a way to animate this? We cannot. But I think that's like a map. It looks like this might be a map of the Starfisher from what it looks like here. These look like seeds. Seed pods. Don't know what this is. Oh, this is like the ink. The ink they use for the, what they call the art. And I'm assuming these are like the tools to make the ink to do said art. And this is probably a world building book. This is the Riven book, I think. But let's see. Or his journal. Yep, his journal. 21382. The latest ink formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising books, I obtain only the barest glimmer of a connection. It is frustrating to expend so much effort creating a blank book, only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulations of the inks and papers, the physical dimensions of the books, the more I realize that the list of potential combinations is nearly infinite. It's during moments like these that I despair. Without access to Dunny, my long-term goals may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain to be explored. A258. Okay, so I don't think they use like human time, but like I'm gonna use that for that, but I'm gonna keep it in numbers just in case. Anyway, I am discontinuing regular observations of the stars beneath the fissure. Although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formations that migrate through the star field, and I've proven that their paths are cyclical, without proper instrumentation it is pointless to continue. My general theory concerning the nature of the fissure has remained unaltered since it first appeared. It seems that the fabric of this age has been breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete but overlapping spaces, much like a link. But the apparent physical contradictions surrounding this juncture defy logical reason. The great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum as one might expect in space. Yet my early experimentations revealed the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that it might be safe to travel. And I think my chat is not appearing. That is weird. Hold on, let me fix that. Because that should not be happening. I do not know why all of a sudden all my things are vanishing. Come on. Yeah, I don't know why all my things all of a sudden are vanishing. All my chat's vanishing. My display vanished. I do not know what is going on. Aha! There we go. Now it's working. My apologies, my friends. I do not know what's been happening with my settings. It's just been like vanishing, 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 vanishing. Anyway. Yeah, no, I'm just reading your text. That's just great. But at least I got it on Restream, so good thing I opened it before I did this. So at least I got to see the previous notifications. But yeah, thanks all for the dedication for tuning into these streams when you can. I am trying to stream earlier for my non-American subscribers, but also because today it is a Jewish holiday, which always starts around sunset. I decided to stream earlier for them as well. So I hope at least you guys will be able to catch it when you can. There you go. And it's going to be a short one, actually, because I have something else I'm doing in the next hour and a half. So, yeah. Anyway. Where was it? Without knowing its nature, can I take the risk myself? There we go. It is also difficult to say what would happen if I were to reopen it after so long, but it is likely that the results would be catastrophic, given the changes that have occurred in this age since that time. Maintenance of the steam vent caps completed on 83-210. I'm extremely pleased with the continued success of the system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Dunny designs in my memory, another example of the superiority of Dunny technology. It's ironic that Atreus and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. He basically did steam power. He basically did, like, yeah. Yeah, he basically, it looks like he did basically, thermogenic power, but, or like wind power, but instead of it being from the surface, from underground. Interesting. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I've recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Atreus wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here quite effectively, but I do not believe that Atreus intended the book to be lost in this manner. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of its falling into unknown hands. The unknown hands being mine? Also, had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they would surely have thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet, a fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable for her homeworld. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this is most certainly what would have happened, for the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the vortex without my urging. I hold on to the belief that it was an unintended consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to be merely a prison for me, rather than a death sentence. 83-514. The construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I've been able to adapt the Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. In some ways, the similarities between the two cultures is striking. I wonder if perhaps there have been communication or commerce between the two cultures in earlier times. Maybe Kita's people were even descendants of the Dunny. It pleases me to think so. And that's the projection system over here that we saw in the school. No. It's possible that if I were somehow able to supply the books with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I could suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. It is doubtful that the geothermal cap generators could provide such an geothermal energy, that was the word I was looking for. Geothermal cap generators could provide such an enormous surge. Perhaps I could adapt the fire marbles. You'll see a fire marble in the next game, Exile. Anyway, I have been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years now, yet still I continue to find evidence of the Dunny's preoccupation with 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that the number 5 had special significance to the Dunny society, from the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners. It was ubiquitous. Its presence here is obviously a direct reflection of the minds that designed the texts that I used to compose this age, further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely building links to pre-existing worlds. So there's the debate right here. This is what I was saying earlier back in the very first part, the big debate. Is this just a bridge, or were the worlds created? You can easily argue both, in terms of either or both and. In this case, however, with Riven, I think it's a link. Anyway, though most of my constructions have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones that I have imbued with the power of fire are clearly the most beautiful, the most perfect, and, I believe, the most structurally sound. I am still attempting to determine how the Dunny color symbology reflects the superior design principle. Although superficially it is based on a 6-color system, I'm convinced that there has to be a deeper connection to fire. I will continue to investigate. And I forgot my handy-dandy notebook. Thankfully I have my phone on me, so I'm going to go ahead and take a photo of this screen. Because I'm feeling this is going to... I think it's like a color spectrum kind of thing. Anyway. 83.911. I finally made a breakthrough. I have succeeded in modifying the fire marbles to generate enough power to hold a descriptive linking book in a stable matrix. I have linked to a new world. It is a harsh and desolate age, but it is nonetheless well suited for my purposes, and so designated my... Okay, so I know... I think this is... I know that, like, this one is 4. This way is... I think it's 2. And then if I put... And the line straight across is 5, so... This could mean either... 97th age, or because of his obsession with the number 5 being a sacred number, it could simply mean 42nd. Well, since he thinks 5 is sacred, I think I'm leaning towards, and considering the ND here, it's got to be 42nd. Yeah, 42nd. Anyway, by studying it closely, I believe I will eventually be able to create a more appropriate age for us to resettle on. For now, I will build an office and set up my living quarters there, in order that I may conduct my experiments in safety and without distraction. Which, no doubt, he's probably there now. I also think it's kind of like a reversal of the dome, from what I could tell here. No doubt this mechanism is going to be important later. I must admit that I'm proud of my work. To think that in such primitive conditions I have accomplished in 29 years what it took the original Dunny centuries to achieve. Note: repair outerwear for work on this world. The goggles may need to be redesigned altogether. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, 84,413. How many years is this journal anyway? I've begun construction of a series of link sites for each island that will connect Riven with my new office on 42. The Survey Guild has finally completed the site location for each island according to my exact specifications, and installation of the domes is underway at last. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start, I'm afraid, but the pace has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. I'm looking forward to finally having a civilized mode of transportation. And originally, it looks like it was supposed to be looped all the way around, so it didn't really finish. Anyway, due to the rebels' continued disturbances, I decided to install a coded access system into all the domes. It looks like... Ooh, another Rivenese numbering system here. I'm gonna have to... I really do need to get my notebook here for this one. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a little bit. Clearly this is coded from what I can see because it's flipped over. So I think if we turn everything this way, we should get the correct code. Anyway. 8567. I caught one of my assistants looking over this journal today. I'm glad I chose to write it in a language that they can't decipher. Note: discuss security with each guildmaster. No problem is expected from the maintainers, educators, and surveyors. Question for the bookmakers and builders more closely. 861024. Today I heard several more reports of spirit sightings by some of the villagers. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or the Black Moiety, as the villagers obstinately insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, and have renewed their campaign to intimidate the villagers into joining them, playing upon their shared superstitions. The villagers are certainly susceptible to this form of coercion, especially given of late the rebels' increasing acts of vandalism and theft. 87-115. The Ytrim traps have been steadily fruitful this year. Apparently the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are experiencing a similarly generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such morbid issues aside, the sudden availability has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, one that is smoother than any of the others from recent years. I had something I was going to say, but I'm not going to go there. Anyway, A7329. Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. Its composition contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears they have access to a resource of which I am unaware. Perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. And there's a symbol of the moiety here. Note, most of the knives have been found on the south side of the village. This is the same area in which there have been reports of people mysteriously disappearing. I think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. So that means they actually know. I think he can't really control everything because he's trying to observe so many different things and focusing more on getting a linking book working. So he obviously knows the rebels, and no doubt if he had the energy, he would probably get something to the rebels' location. But of course, he's too distracted. So, or maybe he's like voluntarily deciding not to pursue. Or maybe he knows he's just not. He just knows. He's just like thinking it's not important right now until it disturbs his operation. Anyway. The fact that they leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence concerns me. They're growing more bold and seem to no longer fear discovery of their hideout. 87-6-27. The latest measurements indicate that the recent trend has continued. The movement of the islands has slowed tremendously. Previous estimates had predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures, I'm uncertain. I've nearly finished writing the 44th age, and I have every faith that it will indeed be a safe place for us to relocate to. Yet it would be helpful to know what has caused the halt in this age's breakup. Is it possible that it's stable after all? If so, I must discover how this age differs from my less successful attempts. My examinations of the 42nd age have thus far proved inconclusive. Or perhaps someone is repairing the damage to the 5th age? If so, it would almost certainly be Atris's doing. I reluctantly decided to abandon my experiments into the behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters on which I must now concentrate, leaving me little time for such speculative research. For future reference, however, my investigation up to this point revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a life form that resides in it, specifically a type of bacteria. I'm imagining a motile unicellular organism, but one with structures capable of holding bits of water, whose combined effect, via surface tension, a stronger force, I think it's the former, considering the portal effect you get, anyway, causes the composite body of water to move in response to heat. So that would explain the rings of, like the orange rings, kind of like heaters. Anyway, prolonged exposure to extreme heat, for example, a period of extended boiling seems to kill the bacteria, which would explain its dramatic aversion to heat sources. Unfortunately, these theories are still not fully tested, and I remained ignorant of both its deeper nature and its possible uses. 8776. An exciting development. Last night, a squad of maintainers stumbled upon a lone rebel scout and obtained from him a most incredible device. It is a crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books. Oh no, he knows about the window thing. Oh no. The Rivenese are screwed. Anyway, it is a crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books, much as my own system does, but with an obvious advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making them completely portable. Catherine must have fabricated the device before I captured her. Obviously, with an explicit Dunny schematic she must have brought with her to this age. If only I had access to such a document all these years. Regardless, I can now concentrate solely on the writing of ages and no longer worry about building elaborate power supplies for each new book I write. So that means he knew about the rebels. He knew about the power source. He knew about the special crystal that gives power to these dead linking books. So basically, he's just voluntarily ignoring them. Just like he's like, as long as these rebels don't get in the way of my overarching plans, which is to maintain being looked upon as a god by this population, I don't care. As long as they don't interfere, I don't care. I got everything I need now to make the perfect age. That's basically what he's doing. So he's voluntarily ignoring the rebels. Or even Atrus and Catherine to a certain extent. Because he basically thinks that, like, he's just helping along with his plan. Anyway. Excuse me. This is a sobering reminder, however, that I must continue to seek an avenue to Dunny. Regaining access to the resources there may be crucial to completion of my mission. And that's the last one. And there's this square diagram here. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's like a puzzle, so let's take a picture of that. So yeah, so far we've got some pretty big clues here. Anyway. That's like a furnace or a geothermal heater of some sort. Or a book he attempted to destroy. Yep. He tried to destroy this one. So if he found a crystal, there's no crystal in this one, unfortunately. If we found a crystal for this one, we could perhaps go to whatever age this is supposed to link to. Can we take it with us? I'm surprised by how intact this one is, I will say. If we could take it with us, that would be kind of great. We cannot just yet. What's this? A lab. Very proper lab, might add. Very elaborate. Looks very similar to that frog trap we just had earlier. Let's go here. Got an Erlenmeyer flask here. I'm guessing it's to refine the inks and stuff even further. That's what it looks like anyway. Froggies! Oh, that's sad. He captured the frogs for their ink, or maybe it's like the poison, like an antidote to the poisons they've been making. For all we know. Ooh. That's sad. Maybe play Time Princess another time on the channel. Maybe if I could link my phone to this phone to my computer, perhaps I could do it. Anyway, looks like these are all egg specimen of the various avian life on Riven. Can't open this one. Can't open that one. Can I open this one? Nope. I can't open the rest of them. It's only the top drawer I can open. Frustrating. Anyway. That's the AC. And can we unlock it from here? Yes, we can. Okay. So I'm going to need to figure out... Ooh. I don't know what these buttons are for, though. Like, these buttons. But we'll figure it out eventually. That's where we came through. Okay, so let's just get out of here. Anyway. So we got the door working now, so that's fine. Okay, now let's go back to that that bridge. Okay, so it was this area here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, now we finally go through this door. Let's see where it leads. Hi. Ah, that's okay. All right. And it leads to another dome chamber. Ish. Let's see what this does. Sounds like it opened something. I wonder what. Huh. Anyway, let's go ahead and press this. That's how I opened up here. Okay. So that opens up the bridge here at least. But then what else did it open? It seems like it opened something else. Let's see. Huh. Let us see what else it's going to open up. So let's, like, turn this around. So we've got a clear... Let's see. We've got a clear link to the other bridge on the other side. That's another dome here. That leads us to... Yeah, that one I know. That's the steam switch for either the telescope or the other switch. That leads out to there. Let's try another rotation. Okay, let's see. Okay, here it is. Here's another exit here, and that leads to the telescope. Okay. After Queen Maria should play Golden Age. Okay, yeah. I started to finish the Marie Antoinette story, actually. I did, like, funnily enough, you mentioned Marie Antoinette. I actually watched the Queen Antoinette film with, Kirsten Dunst, directed by, I think it was Sofia Coppola. Really good costume design in that movie, I must say. Well, that's an elevator. Where did it go? But yeah, really good movie. Certainly very good costume design. And I know there's kind of been a lot of hate again, like it's like a mixed bag when it comes to Marie Antoinette, you know? Because on the one hand, she did do terrible by the French court, by the French people. By spending excessive amounts of money and leaving the peasants in a very, very terrible state. On the flip side, however, it was pretty abundant. Like, if you look at her story, it's pretty abundantly clear she just was not ready to rule, especially like with all the comparisons she must have had to her mother, Maria Teresa. Like, there was no way. There was basically no way she was gonna, like, there was basically no way she was gonna match up. I had to double check. Anyway, there was basically no way she was going to match up to her mother's legacy no matter what she tried. And I mean, in a way, it kind of wasn't her job. Unfortunately, her only job that she was expected to do was basically Oh, that's what the handle's for. Okay. Okay, let me pull that handle again. That should open it back up. I don't know why I didn't put two and two together there. But anyway. Yeah, because that opened up again. Yep. That's a different entrance altogether. So how about we rotate this to get up to that door and see what happens. So now I figured out what we're supposed to do here. So this door is a red herring. So we need to flip it around again to make it in such a way that that side we just unlocked opens. But yeah, anyway, getting back to Marie Antoinette. Yeah, it was so obvious that she was just not meant to be that kind of leader. Like, she wasn't happy. And unfortunately, it's just like she just wasn't taught any better. And Versailles, on top of it, was basically a super well-constructed prison / petri dish by Louis XIV. Like Louis XIV designed Versailles to be like the ultimate prison, essentially. Oh, okay. This makes a bit more sense. Okay. So, we basically did... Okay, so that's... Oh! Now I see what that door is. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I get it. So, one of the doors is... So, basically, it's the dome, this bridge here, the other bridge that way, also from the dome. Then we've got the telescope and the gate. So we got all five entrances now. I see now. So we basically don't really have anywhere else to go except really out of this age, I think. Because there really wasn't much here. Because it basically linked everything. That's a lot, wow. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, Marie Antoinette, like, she just definitely I mean, you can say that she wasn't the best leader, but simultaneously, you can also see that she really wasn't ready to be that kind of authority, because that wasn't the type of authority that she even wanted to wield. I think she just went through too much pressure. I wonder. There was that... okay, I wonder. There was that chart, so I wonder would that apply here. So let me get that photo of that that code here. So I have to flip it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look at the... number system here. So, oh, there was a curve in the bottom. Okay. So I'm assuming that. So yeah, it's for all the domes. So there is a code for the downward dome here. So the downward dome is 10. So, and he says it's the same across all of them. So let's go ahead and unlock them. So the first one is 10. So let's go ahead and actually let's like find the furthest out number and then go from there. So the furthest out number is this kind of thing. So that is 20. So the last one's 24. So 5, 10, 15, 20, so 24. All the way here. Then the next one is 23. I know I should find the number chart somewhere else. Maybe like try the classroom again. But on the other hand, though, for the sake of I just want to focus on the plot right now. So I'm just gonna go with like what's on this journey here, and I'm sticking with the image. I didn't go on the site itself. Anyway, then we've got this symbol like this. So that's gonna be like 15 something, or no, not 15. 21. Interesting. So that's 21 here. Then we've got this. That one is 19. And the last one is 10. So over here. What just happened? Ah! Ah! What the heck just happened? Can I get out of here? Is it a prison? What the heck? What the heck is happening here? What is that noise? Okay. So this number apparently is 24. This number here is 8. So it could mean either 248th, I don't know, or it could also mean 32nd, which ND would make more sense. 32nd would make more sense, actually. It's a dead book. Which means we gotta find the glass of it somewhere. That noise is really scary, but anyway. Oh yeah, streaming a card reading would be a thing that I could do. Yeah, actually, for a little while I actually did public card readings for a little bit. For those who are subbed to my YouTube channel, you might be able to find some of my like old oops, I did not mean to open that door. Whoopsie. But yeah, I was about to say earlier, yeah, like in past years, actually, I actually used to stream my I used to stream my card reading, like my card reading / full moon rituals, in the past. I've since stopped doing that, but yeah, absolutely. Like card reading streams / videos are pretty popular. So how did I do that? Anyway, let's put it back forward. What were we saying? But yeah, card reading streams and videos are actually starting to go on the up and up lately. So yeah, you could totally do card reading streams. I said go for it. And I got this to work, so let's go ahead and go down. I think it's where the dome is. How was I saying? But yeah, I used to do full moon rituals online. Unfortunately, not many people tuned into them. Otherwise, I probably would have done more of them. I am thinking of starting again with them at some point. I used to do it mainly on my YouTube channel. Hey, yeah, I caught it. You were getting snacks. Oops. I also found the code. So it was a lot of like 20s. So it was like 24, 21, 19. I feel like I missed one. It was a lot of 20 stuff. It was like a lot of 20 something, like 20 stuff. It's like it was like 24, 23, 21. I think it was like 19 and 10. Like the domes are all the same. Yep, I got it. But yeah, like streaming card readings is a thing. But yeah, like seeing all these books, it basically means that yeah, like all that basically means is that more or less that's my problem. Like, if I stream after I wake up early, I'm not 100% awake here. That's my problem. You saw how loopy I was the last time. So, that's why I took, like, a break in between. But, ironically, the next stream I did was when, once again, I woke up early for this thing. So, I never learn. Apparently, I never learn. Anyway. Yeah, I think Catherine mentioned in her journal that I think she managed to find one. I think at least one dome. One dome. I don't know if she found out the password or not. I don't think she did, but that means at least one. Like, considering that Gen knows the secret to reviving these dead books, essentially there's got to be a looking glass crystal somewhere. Let's check something real quick. 'Cause I think we... Because we got... Okay, let me see. How many domes did we reactivate? So we got... The one on the... The one on the... On, like, the crater. There's the one... There's the one in the lab. There's the one in the forest. So, okay, well, let's break it down by island. So, there's the one in the dome. There's the one in the power station / lab. There's the one in the forest. There's the one in that cartography station. And then there's one in... I'm tempted to say the village. But one thing's for sure, there's gotta be like 5. There's gotta be like 5. Five domes. But yeah, it's gotta be like, I think it's gotta be 5 domes. I think we did come across all 5. I'll have to double check. And again, I have no idea what the buttons do exactly. But we'll figure it out eventually. That kind of begs the question, though. Like, would we be able to go back to the moiety home world with this new information? Because we got a lot of it. But one thing's for sure. I think what we need to do now is we need to go to... We need to go to all the domes. Yeah, we need to go to all the domes and find... We need to go to all the domes and find either a working, a looking glass, a looking crystal, a linking crystal to get to the... we have to find a linking crystal to get to world number 32, or find a book that has a linking crystal already in it. So one of 2 things. Okay. So... yeah. So we need to go to each of these domes. I mean, at least I think that's what we need to do. Is we need to find one. We need to find a crystal, or find a book with the crystal already in it. Unfortunately, we don't know which one of these domes is it. So far we've gone through 2, I believe. And come to think of it, we actually never been through this stairwell, have we? Or did we? Yeah, we just don't remember. Anyway, let's go ahead and unlock this one. So it was 24, 23, 19. Wait, no. 24, 23, 21, 19, and 10. So far, all the links we've got, all the books we've gone to, so we've gone through, I think, 3 domes now, and pretty much all the domes have dead books. No doubt at some point we're going to go through color symbolism next, so... Huh? Oh! Right, the watchtower. But yeah, pretty soon I gotta get going, actually. But I'll go through another... let's say another, like, 10 minutes, and then I gotta get going. Because I got something else going on today. But yeah, gonna get through at least part way through this thing. So, yeah, let's get in here. Partway through the search. So far we've gone through, I think it's been 3 domes. So far, no days. But if Gen knows about those lenses, no doubt he's gotta have one himself. And we still have yet to find out what these blue buttons do. Excuse me. One thing's for sure, we got to get to the 32nd age, which I'm surprised he hasn't. Which I'm actually thinking about his personality now. I'm not surprised he hasn't named it. Because let's see. We've got... So let's see. We've got Mist. We've got Mist. We've got Channelwood. We've got Selenetic. Mechanical. Spaceship. Stone Ship. Then we've got Riven. We've got Moiety. We don't have a name for the 32nd age, so we're just going to call it 32nd anyway. World number 32. Age number 32. Then there's the one Atris wrote that, unfortunately, it got destroyed before he was able to name them. We've got the dozens of worlds that got destroyed by Cirrus and Achenar. So that would explain the 32, actually. Never mind. But anyway, what else? Then, later on, we've got... Well, I don't know about the World's Past Exile. Because I know there's, like, 6 more that feature, I think. I think it was Revelations and End of Ages. But the ones that I do know, in terms of the major ones that we do actually journey to, are Uru, Relishon, or Relishon, if you want to go more British, and Tamarna, which is western New Mexico, if you're going for a human description of the place. Okay. Here, the button makes sense, because this one's all about rotating the ship. But all the other buttons, it's a huge question. Like, where are those supposed to go to? Where is it going? We don't know. We literally don't know. We don't know. Anyway. Let's go through this door. Okay. So it was through the dome over here. La 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 la. So there's another dome. Dome. Okay, let's try this one. So 24, 23, 21, 19, 10. Mr. Gen needs to change his passwords. The fact that I'm going to be able to break into, like, what, like 3 domes straight through? I mean, I get simplicity, but still. The man needs to change his password. Change his combination. Make it harder. Dead book again. Okay, so far we've gone through, like, what? Like 3 islands so far? Like 3... Yeah, 3 Leaking Book domes. We did the one in the cave. We did the one in the dome. No, 4! It's 4! Okay, so we did the one in the cave in the power station. We did the one in the dome, like near the dome. We did the one in the forest, and now we did this one. So there's one more dome we need to find. And that should be, that power station age we just haven't been able to unlock. Okay. Last one. Switcheroo. And I've got about 2.5 minutes to do this search. Come on, baby. Let's go. There we go. Let's go to the next stage. So we got through 4 domes. Though I feel like I missed this, like, a set of steps at least, like in the forest. But I feel like we've explored all we can of said forest. Yeah, because that one leads to the. That one leads to like the village, right? Yeah. That was the village. Okay. So this one. This is literally the only place we haven't been to. Where's the other dome then? The only other place I can think of. Wait a second. That means we probably have to find another bridge, but for this one, to get to here. Get to the back of this. Get to the back of this, we get to here. So yeah. We are getting somewhere. And then, there's another train car, I think, that if we go through here, that we should be able to get back into. Maybe this is the Crater Island the whole time, and I just didn't think about it. Okay, let's see. That one kind of makes sense, but yeah. Because that's the forest / the village. That's the giant dome. That means this is Crater Island. This is like the crater. This is like the other side of Crater Island. So that means it's gotta be another bridge somewhere. Or maybe this is that one bridge you managed to, yeah, that's the one bridge you managed to look across. So there's gotta be another way to get to this room. There's gotta be some way. This looks like a lab. In fact, it looks like the lab. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Did I just not link that one? Okay, so we got this one. Ooh! We got this one. We got that one. We got this one. So that means there's got to be a dome here. And this one's got to be the one that has the... that has the link to the 32nd age. That's literally the only thing I could think of. But okay. Let's get back to the main dome. I should have activated fast travel, but that's okay. Okay, we'll get there when we get there, and then once we get back to the main dome, and then we go across that bridge, we'll go from there. But I have a feeling there's another door we are missing. Okay, I'm gonna give it another couple minutes, and then I got to go. Got to go. Once upon a time, now I'm thinking of that song with Coldplay and Rihanna called "Princess of China." Highly recommend the music video because it's like a great nod to classic kung fu Hong Kong cinema. Which in turn is like another kind of nod to even some modern directors that have adopted that style, namely like Quentin Tarantino and Spike Lee. But it's obviously like a giant Shaw Brothers nod with the way the plot goes down, which is great. Even the song's much more tragic in a way because it's about like a breakup, or in the context of the entire album and the fictional world that it takes place in, Milo Xyloto, it's about two people who are in love clearly, but I think they either took on opposing mantles, or they just ended up being on different sides of the conflict. Because Milo Xyloto, and I guess by extension, because you could kind of think of Milo Xyloto as like more or less the origins of Music of the Spheres, and then Music of the Spheres kind of being, at least universe-wise, the continuation of Milo Xyloto. I feel like Milo Xyloto Part 2, if you really think about how the worlds are constructed. This oppressive force. This oppressive force somehow... This oppressive force somehow tries to shut down all independent communication, independent thought, and art. You see it in Music of the Spheres with the transmission, and then and the weirdos. That's literally what the group is called. It's not pejorative here. Or with Milo Xyloto with the rebellion. In that case, it's more so in terms of, I think, if it's the accurate term, like magical or innate abilities the citizens have. So yeah, there's actually quite elaborate like backstories that like Chris Martin and the various creators actually gave to these characters that they put in these albums. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, let's I know I'm supposed to go now, but I'm almost there. I'm almost back to the dome. That's where I want to go, and then we'll end from there. So let's go back. Let's get to that, and then we'll get to that bridge, and then I really gotta end this because I do not want to run late to this thing. So I know the weather's been really nice. Like it just hit like the mid-70s, low 80s, which, if I remember my Celsius, my Celsius stuff from what my Celsius equivalents from what I learned in French and Japanese class, I'd say about mid-20s. Approximately mid-20s, mid-high 20s. It's not in the 30s, definitely not. It's like, it's way too mild for that. But I mean, the humidity, of course, kind of makes it feel a little bit hotter than it actually is. But it's a really nice temperature, especially with all the cold that we've been going through. It's not, granted, it's not, we didn't exactly go through like snowy cold, but it was still cold nevertheless. Like, back when I was... Yeah. So that's all Crater Island here. So that means there's got to be another door somewhere in this place. Oh, yeah, right here. It was literally right here. Oh my goodness. I feel really ridiculous now. Like, the door was super obvious. Oh my god. The door was so obvious. Okay. So, we've got 4 domes. But wait a second. Wait a minute. I think I just figured it out. So, hold on. This is implying that this thing is one giant dome. That means we literally had to shut down the 4 to get this thing to be powered. That's what we have to do. We have to figure out how to power this dome so that way, let me show you. So that way, because this, let me go real fast. Like, the missions become really clear to me now. So, actually, yeah, that was the correct door. Okay, let's go back. That means the book we need to link to the correct age is literally in this dome. This dome is designed to flip. So we basically had to deactivate the domes. Deactivate the spinning domes. So that way all the power it needs to run goes to this dome. We have to somehow then lift all the bridges. So that way this dome flips. And basically, in essence, this dome's our ticket to the 32nd age. This is one giant key. So we have to flip it somehow. Then we get there. This is literally our only obstacle we have left. So next time on Riven, we are going to figure out how in the world we're going to do this. Okay, so that's pretty much the only thing left, is to figure out how do we invert the giant dome. It's obviously designed to do that. And we need to figure out which mountain in particular it is where the geothermal power is coming from. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to check out the previous parts if you are curious about my previous playthroughs. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel. It's where all my on-demand stuff is. Seek a Sasquatch Saturday. I'll try my best to do it, but at this point, I can't really guarantee it. But yeah, next part of Riven, I'll play tomorrow and Friday. Then possible chill stream on Sunday. And then, yeah, we got a couple of requests for games, and there's other games that I want to check out in the series at some point. So the next one we're going to do is Exile, then what's considered like the true Miss successor, Current Undying Thoughts, Source Projection, and Kingdom Hearts 2. We also got a request for Time Princess. So at some point we're going to play all those games. Here's social media in case you were curious about the stuff that I've done on, I do outside of TikTok and YouTube. Sorry, not TikTok. Outside of Twitch and YouTube. I update TikTok sometimes. And new video on Theological Otaku, on the Theological Otaku channels on Vimeo and YouTube, my second YouTube channel, coming soon. Keep an eye on my Twitter notifications as well as Discord for future live streams, and I have a blog. So if you want to see like my past like writing and work and stuff and all my interesting stuff, feel free to check it out right there. Finally, this episode was filmed on the lands of the Lenape and the Nanticoke. To find out more information about those two tribes, please feel free to check out native-land.ca or contact your local tribal councils or confederations to find out more information. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your week because it's hump day. Please stay safe. For my Muslim subscribers, hope you have a good iftar tonight. For my Jewish subscribers, again, oh my gosh, my Yiddish is going. Zisem Pesach, or as Amy Winehouse says, have a wicked Passover. And remember why this night is different from other nights. For my Christian subscribers, hope you have an awesome Holy Week and an amazing Easter. All my students have a good break. And for just everybody else, just have an awesome life. Have a good time. And of course, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye.